Today we're learning English with friends and looking at how intonation can change the meaning of the same three words with disastrous but hilarious consequences.
The most unbelievable thing has happened. Underdog has gotten away.
The balloon?
No, the actual cartoon character. Of course the balloon. It's all over the news. Right before he reached Macy's, he broke free and was spotted flying over Washington Square Park. I'm going to the roof. Who's with me?
Well, I can't. I gotta go.
Come on, an 80-foot inflatable dog loose over the city? How often does that happen?
Almost never.
Okay, so Chana suggests that they all go onto the roof to see a giant balloon float over the city. Rachel is in a hurry to go on holiday, but they all agree. Watch what happens next.
Got the keys? Oh, okay.
What do you think Monica meant when she said got the keys? Let me play it again.
Got the keys? Oh, okay.
Do you think she has the keys? Or do you think she's asking if someone else has the keys? Let's find out.
Why are we standing here? We're waiting for you to open the door. You've got the keys. No, I don't. Yes, you do. When we left, you said, got the keys. No, I didn't. I asked, got the keys? No. You said, got the keys.
Either of you have the keys?
Okay, we have the same three words, but crucially, the intonation is different and therefore the meaning is different. Rachel says, got the keys. Got the keys. So the intonation is falling at the end. Got the keys.
When we left, you said, got the keys.
And this is used to indicate certainty. The intonation in Monica's voice is telling Rachel that she has the keys, that she is certain that she has the keys.
No. You said, got the keys.
However, it's a different story with Monica.
No, I didn't. I asked, got the keys?
Got the keys? Got the keys? So the intonation is rising at the end. And this is used in a question, okay? If you are uncertain, you would have a rising intonation. Got the keys? I don't know. Do you have the keys? So Monica doesn't know if anyone else has the keys. She doesn't have them. She wants to know if someone else has them. Okay, let's go back to the original clip and see what Monica really meant. Does she go up or does she go down?
Got the keys?
Got the keys? Got the keys? Okay, she doesn't really do either, does she? It's quite melodic, but in terms of whether it's a question or not a question, it's not clear. I am uncertain. So which side are you on? Are you on Monica's side or are you on Rachel's side? Leave a comment below and tell me. Now, intonation is a very personal thing, and I prefer to talk about patterns rather than rules. Now, a pattern that I certainly see is that when we have certainty, we go down at the end, and when we are uncertain, we go up, and that's usually in a question form. Here's a clip of Joey during their trivia game, and you can see the difference in intonation here.
Name that grandmother. Nana? She has a real name. Althea!
Althea, what are you doing?
I took a shot.
You're shooting with Althea?
Althea is correct.
Nice shooting!
Okay, so when he wasn't sure, he was Nana, and then when he was sure, Althea. He went down. So he went up when he was uncertain, and he went down when he was certain, or more certain at least. Now, it's a subtle difference, but one that's really important, and it really gives us an indication of what the speaker is thinking. Now, as a learner, it's very important because you can hear the same words, but the intonation can be different, and therefore the meaning can be different. For example, so I'm calling my partner, and I want to know if they are at home or not. If I'm uncertain, I might say, you home? You home? And that's going up, okay, because I'm uncertain if they are home. But if I expect that they're probably home, I could say, you home? You home? All right, what I want you to do now is listen to these sentences and decide, am I going up or am I going down? And therefore, am I uncertain or am I certain? Listen to the clips and decide. You like chocolate, don't you? You like chocolate, don't you? You want to play? You want to play? Is that right? Is that right? You don't know. You don't know. Okay, so the first one, we were going down because there was some certainty. You like chocolate, don't you? You like chocolate, don't you? I'm fairly sure that you like chocolate. You want to play? You want to play? I was going up, and that was because I wasn't sure. I don't know if they do want to play or not, so there's some uncertainty there. Is that right? Is that right? Okay, so again, I'm not sure. Is it right or is it not right? I don't know. It's uncertain. You don't know. You don't know. All right, so I'm falling there. And that's because I'm fairly certain that you don't know. Again, not 100%, but I'm fairly certain. So again, you can see this pattern. Going up, we're uncertain. Going down, we're more certain. Okay, I want you to repeat those for yourself with the rising pattern and the falling pattern. If you'd like to learn more about fresh, modern British English, you can check out my book, A Really British Guide to English. It has loads of vocabulary, loads on British accents, and so much more. You can get it using the link in the description below. And if you've enjoyed this lesson, guys, you can check out my other pronunciation videos. They're linked right here. Thank you so much for watching. This is Tom, the Chief Dreamer, saying goodbye.